Hey everybody, buenos dias, or should I say kalimera, from Milos Island in Greece. It is a beautiful Wednesday morning here. It is the 13th of May. It's actually the last full day of my residency here at the Milos Art Residency, so it's a little bittersweet, but it's pretty awesome because I painted a mural here with the founder of the residency. Her name's Kelly, and this is a symbol that's very, very important in her work. She's an installation artist, so she uses the spiral and uses that a lot in her work. And then we also wrote out a phrase that's important to her, which is "everything is waiting for you," which I've been reflecting on while I was painting with her, while we were conceptualizing the mural, and just thinking about how much of a wonderful reminder that is about life. Everything is waiting for you. You've just got to go out there and do it. You've got to go out there and experience it. You've got to go out and take action for the things that you want. But at the same time, everything is waiting for you, such as rest, relaxation, having a slow morning, listening to your body and checking in if that's what you need to do. And as we're starting off our day with intention, and the mornings are all about a nice slow yin start, if that's available to us. Have a think about that this morning. What is waiting for me? Everything is waiting for me, but what specifically can be waiting for me today, and what action can I take to seize the day and make that happen? Or perhaps you want to flip it and just be like, you know what, everything is waiting for me and allowing me to relax and rest and lean into my yin right now. It's really up to you, whichever way you want to take that phrase, but I thought it was very, very poignant, and I was really enjoying the process of painting this mural, coming up with the concept, doing the design, all of it. I haven't painted a mural since January, so it was really nice to get back into that, into the swing of that. But anyway, enough about my rambling. We are on day 133 of the year, and according to 365 Tao by Deng Min Dao, day 133 is about the word Cooper. So grab your book, grab your journal and something to write with. Find a nice quiet and comfy place where you're not going to be disturbed for the next 15 minutes or so while we read together, remembering that 15 minutes is just 1% of your day. So find some time and space to take 1% of your day for you, to set your intention to start the day reading Taoist philosophy, writing in your journal, and having a nice yin start to this new cycle and this new day. So let's start reading together on the subject of Cooper. Barrel maker planes staves to exact angles. His shavings glow in the afternoon sun. He joins fragrant wood together, fitting shoulders like building an ark. Until the bands, there is no barrel. Think about that. Until the bands, there is no barrel. So think about a barrel, right? It's all these pieces of wood that form together to make the shape of the barrel, but you need to put those metal bands around them to keep it and to keep it into that shape. Let's continue. There is no barrel until the cooper builds it. Until then, there are pieces of straight-grained wood, shavings, a round bottom, and metal bands, but there is no barrel. All parts are there, but they need to be composed in order to take shape. It is the same with the facets of our personalities. Until they are held tightly together as a single unit, there is no completeness, and usefulness will not be forthcoming. So think about that. You've got all of your pieces, but until you put them together, you actually form them into a single unit, they're not complete, they're just pieces. Spiritual practice can be the outside order that the personality needs. While such an order can be initially restricting, perhaps even feel artificial in its arbitrariness, it is absolutely necessary. It is a means to an end. Perhaps at the end we will not need such structure, but neither will we reach the end without the means. Before we leave the image of the barrel, there is one more thing to notice about it. A barrel encloses only one thing: void. That is the way in which it is with us too. All the pieces of our personality, no matter how perfectly formed, only enclose what is inside of us. All spiritual practice, while it may bind us into a cohesive whole, points to the emptiness of the center. This emptiness is not nihilism, but the open possibility for Tao to enter. Only with such space will we have peace. Wow, that's an interesting concept to think about yourself as an empty vessel. And when something's empty, what is that? It's an opportunity to be filled. So for a barrel, for example, you take the pieces, you form the barrel, and then you have the void inside, so you need to fill it with something. So that's using, we're using a metaphor here, we're using a visual. And as a human, you're taking your pieces of yourself, but the inside is empty too. What are you going to fill yourself up with? This is referring to spirituality, but this might be a really nice question to sit and meditate on and journal about this morning. Consider myself an empty vessel. All these pieces and components of me make up who I am. And it's like a barrel on the outside, it's got its components, it is what it is, but on the inside it's empty. What am I going to fill myself with? That's a really nice thing to think about, and I invite you to use that as your journaling prompt this morning. Think about what you're consuming today. Maybe if you're like, I'm just going to eat some crap today, I'm not really going to take care of myself. Think about yourself for a second. Okay, I'm an empty vessel. Do I want to fill it with junk food and rubbish, or do I want to take care of myself today? Am I going to make myself a good meal? Am I going to take care of my well-being? That might be a nice little motivator for you anytime you find yourself like falling back on something. Perhaps you've committed to a practice, or you want to perhaps go to the gym every day, or some other form of exercise or something that you're doing for your well-being. You're like, screw it, I'm not going to do it today. Think about yourself as the empty vessel. What am I going to fill myself up with? Am I going to fill myself up with, my practice, my well-being, something that makes me feel good, something that's good for my body, or am I just going to be like, doesn't matter? So it's a nice little reminder to think about that. I'm an empty vessel, and what am I actively choosing to fill myself up with? So that's a really nice thing to think about, not just today, but about life in general, and a nice metaphor to think about yourself as an empty vessel that has the potential to be filled with anything that you want to fill it with. So I wish you a beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you so much for being here for 133 days, and I will check in with you tomorrow. Bye.